Ethical and legal considerations in sport and exercise science research. Ethics are the moral principles that govern a person's behaviour or the conducting of an activity. This includes what's right and what's wrong. Legal is defined as working within the boundaries of civil law. During World War II, the Nazis would use prisoners as subjects for experiments to help out their own needs, experimenting on things such as how long it takes a person to pass out in freezing water. After the war in 1947, it was realized that these experiments were totally unethical, and the Nuremberg Code was created. This code sets guidelines to what is allowed during experiments, and 16 years later, the Declaration of Helsinki was created by the World Medical Association, which is an established set of ethical principles that are still abided by today. Scenario 1. Participants are young female British gymnasts aged 14. Half of the participants are given performance-enhancing drugs, and the other half are given a placebo. All of the participants are told they will be given performance-enhancing drugs. The participants do not know the results are being recorded and being published online. Informed consent must be considered here, as the participants are under 18, meaning they need parental consent. Ethical clearance must also be given from bases to ensure the test is purposeful and worth doing. Deception, which is not being told about the placebo, shouldn't be used as it could alter the way the participants perform, which would make the test results unreliable. Confidentiality isn't being used as the participants aren't being told that their results will be recorded and published online. Emotional harm may be caused without confidentiality, as it can damage the self-esteem of the participants if they discover their results online and have performed badly compared to others, such as their peers. Deception could cause physical harm, as the participants are told that they have performance-enhancing drugs. This could cause them to push themselves harder, thinking that their body is able to work harder, which could lead to injury or physical harm. The researchers should inform the participants that half of them are to be given performance-enhancing drugs and the other half a placebo, meaning they are still unsure of who has which. The researchers should also inform the participants that their results will be recorded and posted online, and ask consent of this before undertaking the test. Scenario 2. Participants are young female British gymnasts aged 18. Participants are told that they are having their scores recorded for their floor routine. Some of the participants do not wish to partake due to them not enjoying the floor. All participants are made to do the activity until complete. The results are only told to each individual participant. Respect and data protection must be considered, as the researchers must be respectful of the confidentiality and sensitivity of results, as well as making sure the results aren't made public. This is particularly important here, as some of the participants do not wish to partake in this activity. The participants must be volunteers, not bribed subjects, or in this case, forced to do the test. This could alter the test results due to the participants not putting in as much effort as they do not wish to partake. The participants' right to withdraw has been taken away from them, as they are being made to partake until complete, which isn't ethical and shouldn't happen. The researchers haven't given the participants a right to withdraw, which could lead them to having to go through ethical training. This is because the right to withdraw must be made available to all participants in any test. Voluntary consent is essential, but isn't used by the researchers. This could cause the researchers to have their bases accreditation taken away due to them not considering ethics during their test. This may lead to them not being able to undertake any more tests. The researchers should ask which of the participants want to partake in this specific test, not tell them they all must. This would be likely to increase the effort that they put into this test as well, which would benefit the researchers. They should inform them of their right to withdraw, as this is very important. This will make the participants more relaxed, meaning the results are more likely to be accurate as they don't have as much pressure on them. Scenario 3. Participants are young female British gymnasts aged 16. The participants have to complete a health and medical screening questionnaire before participating. The researcher makes sure everyone has completed the questionnaire and are in the correct physical shape to take the test. The researcher has guests from the Institutional Ethics and Review Committee watching. During the test, the participants are not allowed access to water and aren't until 30 minutes after the test. The test is performed until exhaustion. The Institutional Ethics and Review Committee are specialists in the area, which is good for the researcher because it means he will know he was doing his experiment correctly, as if he was not, they would call him out on it and tell him to alter the way he is doing it. Health and medical screening questionnaire is important because the participants must be in the correct physical shape to partake, otherwise health or serious health damage or injury may occur. It is against the law to deny participants water, particularly in this experiment as it is performed to exhaustion, as this can lead to severe dehydration, which could cause the participants to be hospitalized. The researcher hasn't analysed the risk to benefit ratio, which could have a bad effect on the test. This is because it could cause more risks than it would have benefits, meaning the test may not be worth doing, specifically because it is performed until exhaustion. As a law has been broken, which is water not being allowed, this could lead to a prison sentence for the researcher as he has not abided by the civil law. If the risks that are potential do occur, it could lead to the researcher having their professional or research credibility lowered or removed, as the test shouldn't be done if there is a certain degree of risk to it. The researcher should make water available to the participants, as this is a must, as it is a civil law. He could also create a pro and cons table to see if the experiment has enough benefits and is worth doing. Scenario 4. Participants are young female British gymnasts aged 18. The researcher makes sure everything is in place so that the test can go accordingly. However, after the test is complete, he does not receive the results he wanted and decides to omit some so that the test can look more successful. Researcher responsibility is used as the researcher has ensured everything is set up safely and all the risks have been minimized, meaning the test should run smoothly. Scientific misconduct is present as the researcher has omitted some of the results which he shouldn't. This is because it makes the results unreliable as not all of them have been included, meaning the results will not be a true reflection of the test. This could lead to a fine being imposed as the experiments cost money to do, and this would be a waste of money to have insufficient results. Suspension from the Institutional Ethics and Review Committee could also occur if they find out about these results. The researcher should have made sure all of the results have been included, as this would make the test more accurate and fair and be a true reflection of the test he undertook.